Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Level 1 Sidekicks. My name's Tigo.
My name's John.
And let's hop right into today's episode. Lots of news, lots of things, but we promised last week that we were going to talk about this week at the beginning of the episode, and that is...
Detective Pikachu.
Detective Pikachu. So, we're going to try to keep it spoiler-free, just so for the people who haven't watched it. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but we're going to try to keep it spoiler-free.
It was actually pretty successful in the box office opening week.
Yeah, it was a pretty successful movie box office. But what did you expect? It's a Pokemon movie. It's like in Japan, like worldwide, like Japan it shut down.
Japan alone, view a huge amount of people.
Yeah, no, but like Japan shut down apparently because of the Detective Pikachu movie. Like, it was such a hit there. Like, most of the money made from this movie has come straight out of Japan, not even the U.S., where normally it's the other way around, where the U.S. makes all of the money and then the worldwide kind of piggybacks a little bit after that. Japan itself,
Probably
like by itself,
maybe like 8%. I think.
like it's insane. But this is the question that I wanted to ask, right? Because we went into this movie. I think this is a perfect way for both of us to go into this movie because you are a huge Pokemon fan.
All right, just put a pin in there. Before we go dive deep into Pokemon Pikachu, did you hear about what happened with the screening of Detective Pikachu? I don't know exactly where it happened, but like during the screening, they put on in the wrong film. It was a horror film.
Oh, God.
Can you imagine the kids traumatized from the horror film passing? It's like,
but there's no way they stayed in the whole time.
It probably did not stay, but it went probably deep into good 10 minutes into it.
Yeah, but not even. You see the beginning of that movie and it's not the super racist Asian English characters. You're like, wait, this is not, wait. Because every movie starts with this movie or,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Where it's like those opening credits. That's the word I was looking for. Every movie has those opening credits, and you immediately see if you're watching The Intruder or if you're watching Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, but can you imagine if they actually stayed the entire movie with that horror movie? Like, where's Detective Pikachu?
Like, where does he come in? Where are all the Pokemans?
All right, let's take out that pin and jump right into it. What were you gonna ask?
So my thing is I think we went into this movie kind of perfectly, right? Me as someone who was blasé to the Pokemon universe is like, I've played the games, but I
not
don't
so
care.
much. Yes.
I don't care about the fate of Pokemon. And what I mean by that, like as a franchise, if they said we're never making a Pokemon game ever again, I would not personally be affected or hurt.
And I would probably be super upset. Because
Exactly,
I love the Pokemon games.
because you've played
Every
every
single one.
Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Front to back,
As well as the
collected-
mod versions of the Pokemon games.
Like, you've collected every Pokemon that's ever existed multiple times.
And I still don't know the names of the Pokemon.
You've beaten the Elite Four in every region. You've collected every gym badge, every legendary. So you've done everything. You love the Pokemon universe. And so, with that being said, Detective Pikachu, as a Pokemon fan, what did you think?
I loved it. I can't deny it. I loved it. It was so amazing, how nostalgic it was watching the film.
But what
Because
specifically?
it was a huge callback to the first Pokemon 1 movie with Mewtwo as the main bad boss. Because supposedly it takes place a few I couldn't remember. They said it's not point in the movie.
20 years
20 years
after he escapes the
after he
Kanto
so it
region?
takes 20 years after the first movie, and I thought it was pretty nice that they did that callback.
So me going in, right? But okay. So I think you put it perfectly in our notes. Going in, you said that you liked it. What was your expectation? I'll go back through
Honestly,
and then
my
answer them.
expectations were pretty low. I wasn't expecting that great of a movie, but I was gonna expect I'm gonna kind of like it because it's a Pokemon movie.
Okay. So were your expectations met? Did they exceed, meet, or underperform your expectations?
It kind of made a higher arc on the
So they
exceed.
exceeded your
Yeah,
expectations.
exceeded slightly. I didn't expect it to be that funny. It was a pretty good comedy film.
Okay. What did you dislike about the movie? Without, again, spoilers or anything like that, but what did you dislike about the movie?
I felt like the Pokemon they didn't use a lot of the Pokemon. I felt like it was too focused on some Pokemon rather than other Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like they could have included more Pokemon aspects on it. Like the Apon, they had a nice Apon scene.
Yeah.
And then the Tortilla Pokemon scene was pretty trashy, in my general opinion. They could have made that a lot better. But it was pretty interesting how like they like developed it.
Now, overall, as a whole, if you had to grade this movie from A to Z, right? A, B, C, D, F, Z. Where are you grading it?
I probably like high D, low C.
That bad?
Yeah, but you know me, I'm very jaded with my ratings.
He is. Don't ever trust anything he ever says about ratings. Go watch it yourself and make your own assumption. He's super jaded.
I'm super jaded by my ratings. I don't like grading anything too high, but if it's above a D, it's watchable.
So I'm gonna go with the same questions that I asked you to me. So I went into the movie not as a Pokemon fan, and honestly, it was an okay film. Like, it wasn't great, it wasn't bad. It
had
was
its
it was
moments.
just right. It was just To me, I didn't get any of those. It had its moments. You know what I'm saying? It was just, if anybody has taken like film or knows how to write like a script, you know, like they followed
The
they
script.
followed the outline from making a script for a film to the letter. So I can't fault them there, but like every move is foreseeable. Every
Oh,
action
foreseeable. We actually saw the plot twist before
we walked in. Like, we
Exactly.
both walked in with two. I had two. This is the twist for the movie. John had one, and lo and behold, his one hits and one of my two hits. Like, that shouldn't be. Like, with Endgame, I had no idea what was going to happen.
Neither did I. It was a complete mystery.
Exactly.
It's
And
like I didn't
coming
even
in-
know where it would start. I didn't even know where it would begin.
And the same thing with, we're going to talk more about it later, but Far From Home. I have no idea what to expect with that movie, like, at all. And that's the problem I had with Detective Pikachu. As a movie, it was...
Too predictable. But
eh,
you had
but
to.
it was really predictable, and I could
But
see
you had to
every
see.
move
It's
being
more of
made.
a family movie, like meant for the kids.
Okay, but I still couldn't... Oh, you know what's a family movie meant for kids that I could not see what the next step was? Click.
Really?
The Adam
Click?
Sandler movie from way
Click?
back then. I also was a child when I saw that movie.
I thought
but-
that was a pretty predictable movie.
Yeah, but again, back to what I was saying. What I liked about the movie, I feel aesthetically it was beautiful. I think the story was told really, really well. They go into a region that doesn't exist in the games, right? And they create this whole new identity, right, with Rhyme City.
Yeah.
They create this whole new identity between with the relationship.
Was it Rhyme or Brian?
Rhyme. Why would they call it that? It's a Pokemon. They always go with something stupid and clingy. It's Rhyme City, right? But I think it was really interesting the way that was done, right? I liked how that part was done. My dislikes for the movie, I don't have a particular dislike, right? The movie was done well. There's nothing really that you can go out and say, this was done badly. I feel like the acting in certain points was really kind of meh, but that's just whatever, right? Like, you can't... Like, some movies are written brilliantly and acted horribly. Some movies are written horribly and acted brilliantly. I feel like this is a movie that was written kind of meh, acted kind of meh, and that kind of just stood out. My expectations, I went in expecting that this was going to be a mediocre film. I went out and it met my expectations. It was a mediocre film. My overall thoughts is like, it's a great movie. It's fun. If you have kids and you love Pokemon,
would definitely enjoy
not
it.
both. If you have kids, you go watch the movie. But also, if you love Pokemon, go watch the movie. But if you love Pokemon and have kids, that also works. But like, for just the general person out there, it's not a must-see film in the theaters. Oh my God, you have to go see it. It's going to break box office records. It was an okay film. And speaking of box office records, I do want to talk about Avengers versus Avatar.
Yeah.
Endgame versus
Last
Avatar.
last week we also spoke about like where it was currently standing in the box office.
And last week it was at 2.3 billion. Do you know where it is now? As of yesterday, I think is when we last looked it up.
It's 2.4.
2.4 billion. So it's slowly but surely creeping up
To the plateau.
to not just the plateau, but it's slowly but surely creeping up. Detective Pikachu has knocked or put a huge dent in the launching for it. So I just looked it up right now. It just passed 2.5. So Avatar is at 2.788 and Endgame is at 2.503. Man, this is one of those stories that comes out of a film that makes you love it even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It makes me want to go watch Endgame again and again and again to get it over the line. Because it's one of this is one of those storylines that comes out and you're like, this is not something that you expect. You expect all the, oh my God, who's dead, who's alive, what happened, what's the universe going to look like? Those are all things you go in expecting to be like, oh my God, what's going to happen? This is a story, this is a arc that's unexpected. It's I didn't go in thinking, is it going to beat Avatar? But now it's all I can think of.
I know, right? It's like I go to work just thinking, like, where's Avengers at right now?
And it makes you look it up, and then when you look it up, you're like, man, they're so close. I think I'm gonna go watch it again. And then when you get news like Detective Pikachu has put a huge slowdown in their sales numbers, it makes you want to be like, no, Detective Pikachu, stop. I'm gonna go watch Endgame again.
Well, you can't really prevent that, you know. People get kind of bored. Not everyone's like into like the breaking news of box office hits and stuff like that.
I agree, but I think this is being reported more than what you would normally
Yeah,
think.
like
You know what I'm saying?
like I read a news article the other day. It was Detective Pikachu like hits high sales on box office, while Avengers hits. While they're talking about Detective Pikachu, they also mention Avengers.
Yeah, like Detective Pikachu has great opening weekend, but Avengers is in their third week and they're still just as good. It's insane when you think about it. And it comes down to, it's not on here because I forgot to write it. So you have no prep on this, but I do. So I'm just going to kind of tell you and kind of try to keep up. So do you know when the next Aquaman movie is supposed to come out?
No, I do not.
Aquaman 2 comes out 2021.
All right.
They've given us a date.
They've announced like a few movies that are.
They have, but I want to specifically talk about Aquaman 2021. The reason is Aquaman 2 in 2021. The reason is release dates for movies are so important. Like releasing Detective Pikachu so close
to Avengers
Endgame is a huge risk.
Yeah, because people will be thinking more about Avengers than
Avengers Endgame is the bigger movie. So the right move would be to push it back a month.
Kind of like Sonic did.
Yeah, you're right. So Disney has announced the next 9 years of film releases.
So
9 years.
So people could prep themselves.
No. People have already announced their dates. Disney just came out and said, hey, screw all of what you guys have done. Here's our dates. So we're supposed to get a new Star Wars movie every other year, and then we're supposed to get a new... I forget what the other franchise is every other year. What is a new franchise they just acquired? It's not X-Men. I think it's a Marvel movie. Every other year for the next 9 years. Whatever it is, we're supposed to get a new Star Wars movie every other year, and I think it's a new Marvel movie every other year. And they've announced the exact dates that they're going to come out from 2021 until 2029. They have dates for every single one of those movies. And guess what launches the same week as Aquaman 2? A Star Wars movie.
I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that at all.
But you see what I'm saying? Did Disney just kind of flop it out and say, "Hey, we got the biggest one in the locker room. Like, what are y'all going to do about it?" Because as DC, you can't sit there idly by being like, "Hey, okay, we're just going to let this happen." Like, you can't do that. You can't just say, "Hey, we're gonna launch the same week as the Star Wars movie," and not just a Star Wars movie, but the first Star Wars movie in a brand new trilogy, something that will probably break the Endgame record. Like, it's a brand new trilogy. We're getting the Old Republic, like, guaranteed. No one knows what the story is gonna be. This isn't Episode 9. I'm talking about the movie that's supposed to come after Episode 9. Like, is Disney just saying, like what is Disney saying with that move, or do they just not care?
I feel like the movies are just like they're not really looking at the other releases of other movies. I feel like they're just looking at their releases. Like, we want to give a pretty good gap between our movie releases.
No, but is
And I believe the Aquaman and Star Wars is just a coincidence.
I don't think it is. I think Disney made a very, very calculated move. You have to look at those other films. John, you're competing in a market. Are you going to have your grand opening for your thing the same week as that person's grand opening across the street? No. You don't want to compete for foot traffic. You want to let their grand opening happen, that pass by, and then your grand opening to happen, and then, because it's separate. You don't want to have competing business.
But you also
because
have to keep in mind.
If, let's say, the movie launches, right, and we don't have stubs, and all we've got is $20 between the both of us, and for some reason we're going to a movie theater that's $15 to get a ticket, right? Which is a lot of places nowadays, so it's not that unbelievable. So we're going to get $15 tickets, and we can only watch one movie for the rest of the entire month. Are we watching Star Wars, or are we watching Aquaman 2? I'm telling you what I'm watching.
I know. I'm watching
Star Wars.
I'm watching Aquaman.
But why would they force that competition? Aquaman's going to lose that fight most of the time. And you're going to say Star Wars once I get you hooked on the Star Wars.
But you also have to keep in mind, DC has had many schedule changes where they pull back some dates. So that's also possible that it might happen in 2021.
But that's what I'm trying to lead up to. Is Disney saying, no, this time of the year is our time of the year. Everybody else, move your movies around us. We get October, November, December.
So it's like a power play.
That's what I think it is. I think it's Disney saying, no. We get end-of-year movies. We get October, November, December. Beware, if you're releasing a movie in October, November, December, you're competing with Star Wars or Marvel. Deal with it. And maybe X-Men if they keep that franchise going. But I think that's a really huge power move. I just read that article and I was like, Jesus, Disney. Freaking power move after power move.
It'll be an interesting spectacle to see in 2 years.
Yeah, absolutely. But not just 2 years, for the next 9 years. We've got the dates. They're out. We don't know the titles of the movies. But they're out. We know that
date's there.
This date. Like, you can plan your calendar for the next 9 years when it comes to movies.
Yeah.
We mentioned it a little bit earlier, but I do want to talk about it. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
We've got the trailer now, right? And if you haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer. If you haven't seen the trailer and you haven't seen Endgame, go watch Endgame. The trailer is in the end of Endgame. They added it as one of the end credit scenes because technically, as we've mentioned before, Far From Home is the last movie in Phase 3.
And keep in mind when you're watching the Spider-Man trailer, the newer one, it does contain a lot of spoilers for Endgame. So make sure you watch Endgame before you watch Avengers.
Hey, and the Russo brothers said it. It's spoiler country now for Avengers Endgame. If you haven't seen it yet, that's on you.
Avengers Endgame is just like a huge aspect in the Marvel universe that they can't avoid it.
Yep. And so with that being said, because we're nice people, spoiler alert for Endgame. Click off the video now. We're going to wait 1 second. Your 1 second's over. If you're still listening, Iron Man dies at the end of Endgame. There's your spoiler. So, Iron Man. So here's the thing. I wanted to start with this, and then I want to go to the other thing. Iron Man could still be alive at the end of Far From Home. Do you know why? Did you catch it in the trailer?
Multiverse.
The multiverse.
He could actually come from a different multiverse.
They could pull him from a different multiverse.
That's completely possible.
They could also.
It's what a different multiverse could happen is Iron Man was the only survivor. Then he decides to come over.
There's so many possibilities. We've also got a confirmation that the MCU is in Earth 616 or 614. I don't remember which one it is. It's 6 something. I think it's 616. So it's written here as secret multiverse twist because I didn't want to tell you.
Because you're thinking about the Spider-Man multiverse movie, right? The animated movie?
No. Well, technically that's in the same storyline.
Do you actually think they were going to include the Spider-Man multiverse?
Yes. Wait. Let me say my thing. Don't interrupt. Go ahead. This is huge. So we know for a fact in Far From Home that we're going to go into the multiverse. Do you want to know what they almost did?
What?
But they didn't do it because they didn't want to confuse fans, and I'm so upset that they didn't do it. they almost contracted not Tom Holland, obviously the current Spider-Man, but Tobey Maguire, and I don't remember the other guy.
Oh my
as
God!
the Spider-Man,
shut up.
to have them be in the movies while he's going through the Spider-Verses, to have two Spider-Mans at the same time doing things.
Oh, that would have been
They
great.
were going to have all three of them, not at the same time, but they were going to have all three of them in the movie, and then they were going to have the animated Miles Morales in the movie as well. They were going to animate Tom Holland into the multiverse, but they didn't do it because they didn't want to confuse
Oh no, that would have been
audiences.
perfect.
Man, how great would that have been?
That would have been hilarious.
Even though I think Tom Holland is the perfect Spider-Man, he is the epitome of what Spider-Man should be. Forget the other two. Like, they were not good Spider-Mans when you look at Spider-Man at his core. Tom Holland is the perfect Spider-Man. But I think that would have been cool as heck. You get so many old fans who like people like you and Marty who believe that Tobey Maguire was the best Spider-Man.
No.
And yes,
No.
Marty will fight it tooth and nail.
Not me.
Yeah, you too.
No.
Don't backpedal now.
I never
Now 'cause you're-
I never said
Now
that.
because you're on
I
camera.
said the movie was great, but I'm not saying he was the best Spider-Man. I believe the second
Backpedaling,
Spider-Man.
guys.
Who was the second Spider-Man?
I don't know his name.
Well, I think the second Spider-Man did a lot better than Tobey Maguire.
I agree. I think they've only got better as they've gone along. But there are a lot of people out there that'll still like your brother is one of
Yeah.
those people. Alan
It's-
believes
it's
that
most
Tobey
likely
Maguire
because-
was the best one, but that's just because it was the first Spider-Man they ever saw.
Exactly. That's the first Spider-Man they actually grew up with, so they got accustomed to that Spider-Man. That's why they think Tobey Maguire is the Spider-Man.
Bro, but how great would that twist have been?
Dude.
So what I believe they'll do to still incorporate it is I think what we'll see is him swinging through the Spider-Verse or something, falling through the Spider-Verse, the multiverse.
Kind of like how they did in the multiverse animated movie.
Yeah, into the multiverse or whatever it is. But as he's falling into it, you'll see flashes of the different Spider-Mans in the different universes in the background, kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Kind of like what they always do.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool way to be like, hey, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man was on a different Earth. And the other guy's Spider-Man was on a different Earth too, but this is the real one. And I think that's a really cool call out.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting. That's why I kept it a secret. I wanted your live reaction on it. I thought that was really cool. Speaking of really cool things, and this is a horrible transition because I don't know how to feel about this. So Game of Thrones, obviously ending this Sunday coming up is the last episode of Game of Thrones. Stay tuned. We're going to have a Game of Thrones episode. Literally, it's just going to be a Game of Thrones episode. Don't know how we're going to do that yet, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to have a Game of Thrones episode dedicated to Game of Thrones. All 8 seasons. The season finale.
Which
the
should
whole
probably be
thing.
the next episode, right?
Yeah, the next episode's
Yeah.
done. The series is done. HBO has come and said, you know what? We're not done. Don't cancel that subscription of yours because Watchmen. And so, if you watched the last episode of Game of Thrones, you saw the trailer for Watchmen.
Trailer for Watchmen. I actually saw before the thing. It's like,
Yeah, me too.
oh my God, that's crazy. It looks amazing.
And so, for those of you who may not know, Zack Snyder made a movie about 10 years ago called Watchmen. It was based off of a
Which was a great movie.
great movie.
You should go watch it right now.
It's based off of a graphic novel, right? And
With the same name.
same name. Great graphic novel. If you haven't seen it, great.
Read it.
I read it. Same thing. You see graphic novels. Great thing. So what they've done is they've got the guys who created Lost, and they said, hey, we want to do another Watchmen TV series. And so they're going to do a Watchmen TV show. Key things that I caught from watching that. What a star-studded cast they have, man. Names like Regina King, Jeremy Irons, Tim Blake Nelson, and Louis Gossett Jr. There's so many big star-studded names on that cast list. It's so much. It's great because it's coming out this year. It's coming out in the fall, so we don't have to wait that long, right? And if you follow the Watchmen Instagram page, there are other little teasers and things as well. Super duper interesting. I really like it. But the thing that I got it, so I followed the Watchmen Instagram page really briefly to go look at it. One of the things that stood out to me is what I think to be a Dr. Manhattan kind of teaser.
So are you saying they might release a Dr. Manhattan TV show?
No. That Dr. Manhattan is going to be in this Watchmen.
Yes, I see.
And if that's the truth, I'm really excited because that's Dr. Manhattan is one of the best characters because he's like a superhero. He's literally a god in this universe.
Yes.
But to the point to where like being around him has repercussions. Right? Cuz like his wife gets cancer and things like that because he's just radioactive. Her body gets riddled with cancer. And so super interesting. The thing with this story is that the official synopsis of the show is set in an alternate history where superheroes are treated as outlaws. This drama series embraces the nostalgia of the original groundbreaking graphic novel of the same name while attempting to break new ground of its own.
It does seem like a horror kind of thriller kind of vibe when I watch a trailer.
From what I understand, it's supposed to be a suspense.
Horror, yeah.
Not horror.
Thriller.
It's supposed to be a suspense thriller film. Honestly, kind of excited. I might keep my HBO for just that show.
I know, it looks great. It's like Game of Thrones is about to end. No reason to keep HBO. Bam, Watchmen. Keep it.
And we're getting a new Game of Thrones series as well.
Yeah, but I'm not really sure how I feel about that. It's completely original.
No, it's not. It's going to be in the past. We're getting history.
No, I mean like an original, like not based off the books.
It is based off the books. That's the thing. The books go into a lot of detail about the history. So the new series is supposed to take place after the Second War with the White Walkers. So it's supposed to follow this story of Bran the Builder, who becomes the first Stark, the first Warden of the North, and I forget what his name is. It's something the Clever, who becomes the first Lannister. And the idea is the realms of man have to fight off the Night King one more time because they've already fought him once. Then thousands of years pass. And then they have to fight him again. And then Bran the Builder does the unexpected. And he does what? He builds the wall. So that's where this is supposed to take place. I think it's awesome. Yes, you're going to have a lot of little minute things that are going to be an original story, right? Like the battles and how they go. Yeah. And the specific character traits. But we're going to get to see the first head of House Stark. We're going to get to see the first Lannister.
That's going to be pretty interesting. Do you think...
we won't see dragons.
No.
Because this is pre-Targaryen.
Do you think it's going to be... the Lannister's going to be more like a Tyrion kind of vibe? Or it's going to be a Cersei kind of vibe?
They're different. Like, it's completely... Like, they're friends. Like, that's
the
thing.
But doesn't mean they can't have the vibe.
I don't think it's... He's clever, so it's gonna be Tyrion and Ned. If I had to give
Tyrion
and Ned, probably, or the types of characters that you're gonna get.
Because Arya's pretty popular, so I feel like they're like an Arya kind of character.
They're not. Well, again, they're gonna have these archetypes. But if you're talking about, man, I gotta remember his name. Whatever the Clever and Bran the Builder, you're looking at very specific, archetypes. Bran the Builder cares about people. Why else would he go and build the wall? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so
there's no
like
reason.
A Jon Snow vibe.
Yeah, I guess. I feel it's more closely related to Ned, because Ned was all about the realm doing things the right way and all of this stuff, and even if it killed him, it didn't care. He got decapitated because of it. And so if that's like I don't know. That's the thing.
It's all speculations from here.
It's all speculation because you're right. There aren't any real books on it. But like that's one of the thing.
There are just minuscule details within the current books that they're gonna work around.
Mm-hmm. And that's my thing. Brandon Stark, who builds the wall, and he's the first person of House Stark. I could not find it. I don't.
But
care.
we don't even know that it's gonna be take place on that storyline.
No, we do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've announced it. Yeah.
So if that is that's pretty interesting then.
Yep, I'm pretty sure that's what they
announced.
The first
Starks and Lannisters.
Yep, it's gonna be Bran the Builder, and then it's supposed to be Lan the Clever. There his name. That's where they get Lannister. It's Lan the Clever and Bran the Builder. Those are the two characters. Those are going to be the main characters of the new story. It's supposed to follow the story of
Yeah,
Bran the
but
Builder.
knowing Game of Thrones, the characters are going to expand to more than 2.
Well, of course, duh. It's like when you go to Game of Thrones, like it's not just going to be 2 characters, but we have main characters. Like there are main characters in the storyline.
Jon
right?
Snow.
Jon Snow and Daenerys. Everybody else, they're not main characters.
They're major supporting characters.
Yeah, they're just major supporting characters. The main characters of this new story is supposed to be Bran the Builder, Lan the Clever. I know that you wanted to talk about this, so I'll let you open up into it because this is more around your realm.
DC Universe. What are your current opinions about it?
I love the DC Universe. I love Aquaman and The Flash, and they're great. What do you mean, DC Universe? It's written there for a reason, John. Say it.
Yeah, I want you to build around it.
No, say it. DC Universe what?
Oh.
All right, sorry about that. John's phone decided to ring. So there was a really abstract cut right there, but you guys don't know about it because of the magic of editing. But John's making me have to do a bunch of extra work. Thanks, John.
You're welcome. So I'm going to give a pause, or then I'm going to start again?
No, that's it. We're in. This is the podcast. We're in it right now.
All right. DC is streaming the online service where
DC Universe streaming. Like that's
DC
all you
Universe
need to say
streaming.
because like the reason I make such a fit about it is because we've had conversations, just me and you'll say DC Universe and I'll get really excited and then you'll start talking about like Titans or Swamp Thing or what's the other one that you like?
Doom Patrol.
And I was like, dude, I'm not there yet. I'm still trying to catch up on the CW series.
So lately in the Doom Patrol, like episode 13, the newer episode that just came out. Of course, you might not know this, but at the end of the episode, the villain of the show, Mr. Nobody, literally makes what do you call when they come into the movie?
Breaking the fourth wall?
Yeah, he broke the fourth wall. There we go. Okay. My God, my brain's not working right now. Okay.
Obviously.
He broke the fourth wall.
Your phone rings in the middle of the podcast.
Well, he breaks the fourth wall and to talk about how the progress of the series and the attention of the fans. Like, wow, these 13 episodes were like dragging. They were horrible. But the next episode will actually be exciting. What you guys were waiting for. An actual DC superhero TV series.
And that's my beef with it. I felt like all of the series have been just that. They've just been kind of dragging. And
exactly. And that's what I feel about it. It's like I feel like a lot of their series are dragging. Like the Titans, how it ended, it literally like ended in a huge cliffhanger. The entire first
that's
season.
Not wrong. You're supposed to end on a cliffhanger.
No, but the entire first season was basically dragging into the formation of the team. We like almost see little to no action.
I guess you have to do that, but you don't have to drag it that long. That's my beef with Cloak and Dagger. That's why I won't watch Cloak and Dagger until the whole thing's out. The reason is I felt like the first season, and we had this conversation.
Yeah, the first season was dragging, but it was still good.
Dude, it was Dragon Ball level dragging. It takes 9 episodes for people to power up in Dragon Ball. It's just like power level over 9,000. 8 episodes later, 9,001.
Yeah, but I feel like for Cloak and Dagger, they executed in a way that actually worked for the series.
I don't think so. I feel like they could have accomplished whatever. How many episodes was it? 10 episodes?
I don't know.
Whatever. Let's say 10 episodes. They could have accomplished all of the story that they did in 10 episodes in 4. Well. Story told well, everything. It just dragged on, man. Like, I didn't care. Like, you know what show I watch every week the moment it comes out? And it's
Brooklyn
because I find it What? Is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Like, that's not a joke, but I watch it every week. I find it entertaining. I want to see how they make light of a topic. I want to see where these characters are going. Like, I like these movies, like this TV show. And that's just one because it's like mindless nothing, right?
It's mindless nothing. It's like 30 minutes.
Okay, like then another great show is Game of Thrones. Like, every week I wait for Game of Thrones. Every week. It could have been very easy for 6 weeks, not go on the internet, not watch Game of Thrones, and watch everything at the end. But because this series is so freaking good, what do? We torture ourselves every week trying to figure out what the next episode is, I don't get that with any of the DC streaming platforms. I think they're doing it wrong. Releasing it week by week is doing it wrong. I think what you need to do is drop the whole series. Let me binge.
Yeah, but I feel like DcUniverse can't do that at this point in time.
What do you mean? How many shows do they have on there right now? They've got Doom Patrol, they've got Titans, they've got what else?
Young Justice.
Young Justice, what else?
That's it.
That's it? So you're telling me you couldn't drop Young Justice at launch or Titans at launch, which would have brought people there. Wait 2 months, drop Young Justice, would have brought people there. Wait 2 months, drop Doom Patrol, and now drop Swamp Thing?
Yeah, but you have to like think about it at this point. That's like just creating spikes in traffic. Like they come for one day,
I'd rather
watch
have,
everything, and then
but
like an entire 2 months of no traffic.
But you're not going to get 2 months of traffic. People are going to, John, the numbers would be the same. If you get 200,000 people watching, you're going to get either 200,000 people watching all over 1 week, or you're going to get 200,000 people watching for a smaller amount of time over more weeks.
Yeah, but
people aren't going to log in between the shows. Like, do you ever log into DcUniverse between the episodes?
Not really.
No. It doesn't change.
But there are people that do log into it to read the comics or
those
watch
people are
different
going
shows.
to log in whether or not there's a new episode every week. Your argument comes back at you. You get what I'm saying? They're trying to replicate TV on a platform that's not TV. You're not HBO. HBO can pull it off because their shows
are gripping.
Incredible.
And they have a lot of content.
Language,
they have a lot of content that
they're hour-and-a-half episodes, and it's so much story being told. You don't really get these lull moments. Dude, 2 episodes ago, we had an episode that was 15 minutes of straight fighting. Just fighting.
Which was actually like the longest...
it's the longest in history, yeah. We talked about it.
Longest in history, yeah.
The longest TV or movie battle ever. Insane. But again, like, I think if they dropped everything, like, I hope that's what they do with Swamp Thing, which is ultimately what we're trying to lead to. They probably will not do it. Which is ultimately what we're trying to lead to here, is Swamp Thing. Oh my gosh. I think that looks incredible. That's the only show that I've seen on there that actually get me good.
Incredible, including how Swamp Thing, he's like semi-computer.
Yeah, he's like
semi-CGI.
Depends on the scenes. My guess is that what we're gonna see it kind of be like The Flash, where some of it is going to be not CGI, and
some of it
will. Yeah, when he does his superpower stuff. Oh man, that teaser where it's just her sitting in the swamp with Swamp Thing right next to her, but you can't notice until right at the end. Man, that's such a good teaser.
It is a great teaser.
Southern draw. I don't even know how to do a Southern draw. That's the only teaser that actually got me excited.
And I thought it was pretty interesting that they're going to make it a horror.
Yeah, I don't think it's a
dark
horror.
Yeah.
I don't know. They said that. I don't know if it's
going to be kind of like a thriller horror.
I think more thriller than horror. How do you make a horror TV show? How do you keep horror going that... Do you get what I'm saying?
Well,
if anyone's going to pull it off, it's DC. But
if you think about it, there's American Horror Stories. They have, 5 seasons?
Yeah, but I don't... Maybe. I guess,
it's possible to pull it out.
I guess I'm just jaded. I guess I'm just jaded to horror, the horror genre.
Exactly.
I'm not
the horror
a fan
genre,
of it.
I feel like it's more like scare tactics than
actual horror.
Like horror things that you go home and have nightmares about.
Yeah, that's... Man, I haven't had a good nightmare in years.
I know, it's
like something that actually
do you
freaks you
remember,
out to your bones.
Like It or
Chucky when you were a
Chucky.
kid. Oh my god.
Chucky, they're making a remake.
They're also making It too.
Yeah, It 2 Part 2 will be amazing. Definitely gonna go watch it.
I'm probably not. I haven't even seen the first one. I'm just not a fan. I just don't go to the horror films. But I did hear about the Chucky remake. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Still haven't gotten anything back from Paramount on Sonic. I'm kind of scared.
I feel like they want to leave it a little bit closer to the date so they don't need any more modification.
God, don't do that.
Anyway, so back to topic. Swamp Thing is going to be pretty good from the teaser trailer.
Yeah.
But we still don't have enough details. We don't have any
we don't have anything.
It is great how they just released a
We know who the doctor is, and we know what Swamp Thing looks like, and that's about it.
And I can never get behind Swamp Thing as a comic series. I tried reading it. The art style is just too chaotic for me.
Yeah, it's a real...
You really have to be
different.
You really have to be into comics in order to actually read it.
Have you seen or read the new Batman at all?
No.
The newest Batman?
No.
I'm not going to mention anything about it.
I'm way behind.
You got to catch up. This new Batman, apparently, it changes him forever.
Oh yeah,
the events that occur. I haven't read it either. I just wanted to see if you were caught
the
up.
year of the villains or something like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. Apparently, a lot of people die.
Batman becomes Joker kind of like combination.
Dude, it's
or something
weird.
Like that.
It's
It-
weird. I
I
want
want to read it,
but
but
I'm so far behind.
I'm so.
Like, I think I just ended New
It's
52.
just like looking at the amount of I need to read. It's like I don't want to.
I think I just ended New 52 when it comes to the Batman comics. I'm so far behind.
Talking about Batman, Batwoman on CW.
Her cape is not that long.
Her cape is humongous in the teaser trailer. I was just like, what I watched was just a teaser trailer of her standing in front.
This is a teaser. It's not a trailer at that point. That's just a teaser.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say teaser trailer.
No.
Teaser
Trailer is a different thing. There's teaser.
all
there's
right.
a trailer.
Okay,
then there's a teaser trailer.
Well, I just watched a teaser, so all I see is her standing there with that long cape fluttering. It's like, wow, that cape is twice her size.
Dude, I watched the same teaser. I looked at it and immediately thought, well, obviously this is for dramatic effect. Her cape's not going to be this long.
I was just thinking it was crazy that it's that long.
As I'm thinking these thoughts, right? Because John was the one who sent me the link. As I'm thinking these thoughts, oh, obviously that's for cinematic effect. You know how YouTube has that plays the next video automatically? Guess what the next video is? On camera, actual footage of Batwoman on set. And guess what her cape is?
DC crossover CW event. I can't remember what it was called.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that event. I'm talking about production. Like
those
production of a TV show.
Those were the scenes from it. She was actually in the.
Yes, I'm
crossover
talking about
event.
the other things. There were production episodes of like what the episodes are gonna be, and I was like, dude, that's her cape. It comes out to like her knees. Like, what are you talking about? Sitting here trying to convince me that her cape reaches down to her feet and beyond. I was like, John, no, it doesn't happen.
It was just like threw me off completely when I watched it.
So that wasn't the reason we brought this up. Man, honestly, I'm really excited. Like, I am going back to watch the everything because of
Batwoman.
Yeah, it's got me excited.
It looks great, including from the. Oh my gosh, what is the crossover event called?
I don't know. What crossover event?
There's a huge crossover event for the CW where they had all the DC superheroes into like a entire like series basically
everyone was in the same city.
They were all in Gotham City.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't care what.
And then they like completely like altered their bodies.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I haven't seen it because I'm still like way behind. I'm still on the I'm super behind, so I need to catch up. Ruby Rose, we talked about her in our dry run podcast quite a bit.
Elseworlds. There we go.
Ruby Rose is Batwoman. What do you think?
From the clips that I saw from Elseworlds, she was spectacular.
I think they did such a good job casting. I think we finally get this outside of the cookie cutter mold of what a superhero is, but not just that, what a lady superhero is,
including
right?
like how she has like a bat vibe, like, you know.
It's not just that. My thing is, so we got a glimpse of it in Captain Marvel. No. Talking about the lady.
Oh.
Let's focus on the lady part of here.
The lady. Yes.
We got a glimpse of that, like,
a badass,
yeah, like, lead woman who
we also
kicks
got that
ass
from
and doesn't take names.
Wonder Woman as well.
Kind of.
Kind of.
I still feel like Wonder Woman still falls into that Supergirl personally.
Exactly.
Yes, she is a awesome superhero, but you're going to get that with any kind of female superhero. Black Widow did the same thing, but when Ruby Rose is Batwoman, she is dark.
She's going to shake things up.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I just hope that it doesn't like become like don't get me wrong. People enjoy the current CW Arrowverse,
but it did get stale.
But
that's why
we stopped watching.
That's why we stopped watching. But we're going
we
back.
completely stopped watching because it got stale. You know,
yeah,
it kind of felt like they gave up. You know, they're just like gonna throw it out because they know people are gonna watch it, and that's why I stopped watching the Arrowverse completely.
Yeah, but
with Batwoman shaking things up, I'm actually excited to like just jump back on this train.
Dude, but the thing is like as her as a character, man, she's got short hair, she's awesome, she kicks ass, she's got tattoos. Like this is the first like powerful outside of the norm. That's the word I was looking for. The other women, they are powerful women, but they all follow that cookie cutter you know,
superhero how they should be.
superhero. Yeah, they're beautiful women. They wear these kind of. I don't want to say like scantily clad because Captain Marvel's suit isn't like that, but like Ruby Rose, like not to get political, but like she's just like a awesome superhero. Like in this like this, like her playing Kate Kane is incredible in my opinion. I just like it a lot. I think it's gonna be awesome, and I think that if you're into like Batman and stuff, you should be excited.
Yeah, Kate Kane is like, and the thing about Kate Kane is like she's not like a real member of the Bat family, and that's what kind of makes it kind of interesting because she's in Gotham City, but she's not related to Batman at all.
Yeah, she's one of those characters like.
She's in
Isn't
her
this
own
story
world.
where like Batman is out of Gotham City right now? It's just
Yeah,
her in Gotham right now.
that's probably what it is. Yes,
I think that's what it is. Like he's probably out with the
because,
Justice League or something.
because I feel like they don't want to include Batman in the
He's in the series. We've gotten reference to Batman. Like so
Well,
is Superman.
yeah, they include him like
They've
reference.
talked about him.
They talked about
like
him.
Bruce Wayne is in this.
But I feel like they just don't want to include him just yet.
I don't think we get a TV Batman. I don't think we ever get a TV Batman.
It's potential, but
I don't think we do. It's the same thing. The same way I don't think we ever get a TV Superman. We'll see.
I don't think the TV Superman will do that well.
No, but I'm just
From
saying,
what
like,
we've
as an
seen
actual
from-
character that
Well,
like has a recurring
from what
role.
we've seen from Arrow, the TV series, Batman can pull it out since Arrow is a complete ripoff of Batman.
No,
It's a complete ripoff.
no.
He literally steals like every Batman villain.
Well, it's because they're like, no, he doesn't.
They're so closely
shared
related,
villains.
yes, I
Yeah,
know.
like it's one of those things where it's just like
It's,
they
it's
only have
unavoidable.
like yeah, you've only got like 2, maybe 3 actual villains that are like Batman really only has like what, like Joker, Penguin, Doctor Freeze, Poison Ivy, Catwoman, and I think that's really it, right? No, the Riddler, and that's it, right? Am I missing anything like that are just Batman? No, like that's it. And then like Superman, you've got like Bizarro, Lex Luthor, but that's it. Like the Flash, you've got the Reverse Flash, you've got Zoom, you've got very specific,
Villains
but
for-
most of them are like shared. Like the Flash doesn't fight Zoom by
yeah, like
himself
Brainiac
anymore.
used to be completely Superman.
But now it's like
But now
everybody.
it's
Now
the Justice League.
exactly. And it's the same thing with like Zoom. Like Flash doesn't fight Zoom by himself anymore. He always has the Justice League with him. So it's one of those things where it's just like
It's just
you
it's
can't
like,
say that
the
like,
feeling gets so good where they had to like make it include the other characters.
the only one that you don't see that is like very specific, like Joker.
Joker,
We've
yes.
never seen like the Justice League help with Joker. You know what I'm saying? We probably have, but it's
It
not a
would be
big
pretty
deal.
interesting to see Justice League Joker kind of movie.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure I don't think we've seen Bizarro and Superman.
Yeah, Bizarro.
But I'm not sorry. I don't think we've seen Bizarro in the Justice League. I think Bizarro's only ever
in
fought.
the animated, yes, but
Oh, okay. See, overall, I think it's gonna be great. I'm super excited.
I'm super excited. Do we have release day?
Yes. I just had the IMDb page open. I don't know why I closed it.
Sometimes 2019. That's
yeah,
all I know.
That's all I see. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's supposed to come soon. Whatever. This year, we're already halfway through the year, man. We're in January, March, April, May.
5th month.
Yeah, we're already month 5, so we're almost done. So it's not a like a crazy big deal there, man. We've been talking a lot about movies and stuff like that. So
Let's
I want to
pick
change
up
it
a
up
pace
because I
further.
want to talk about something that excites me quite a bit. Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
So Activision Blizzard. So for those of you who don't know, Blizzard was acquired by Activision. So the new head company, Activision acquired Blizzard. So the new conglomerate is called Activision Blizzard. Activision Blizzard, for those
So
of
they
you who
just
don't,
combined the name.
yeah, it's Activision Blizzard.
Oh my god.
They are the creators of Call of Duty, of Overwatch, of
Activision is.
no, it's Activision Blizzard.
No, I'm talking about like those. Activision is they were Activision when they created those.
No, this is Activision Blizzard. Doesn't matter. Blizzard created. If you're saying that, then Blizzard created Overwatch and World of Warcraft. No, Activision Blizzard, because they're one company now. They share a history. Are the creators of World of Warcraft, not League of Legends. I'm sorry, that's Riot Games. World of Warcraft, Hearthstone, StarCraft 2. That's the one I was trying to think of. Not League of Legends. StarCraft 2, Overwatch, Call of Duty, other Activision games that I can't think of right now. That's all made by Activision Blizzard. And for those of you who aren't in the esports world, Activision Blizzard a couple years ago launched the Overwatch League. And this was the first formalized league in esports.
Yes.
That was not the first formalized league. We had formalized leagues, but this was the first city-based league in esports. And so Overwatch launched with, I think it was 8 cities across the world. Florida has a team.
I think it was 5, no?
No. This is Call of Duty. Blizzard launched with 8, keep Blizzard. Overwatch launched, I think, with 8 cities across the world. We actually have a team in Florida. We're the Miami Mayhem, I think is what they're called. Or the Florida Mayhem.
Not a bad name.
It's not a bad name at all. It's a good, there's the Houston Outlaws. There's the...
Oh, I like Houston Outlaws.
Yeah, they're owned by Optic Gaming. I know a couple of the names. I can't remember any other one. There's a red and white one, I think is whatever. So the thing
kind of patriotic.
I think they're based out of Hong Kong, the red and white one.
That's funny.
So technically would be patriotic because it's red and yellow is the Chinese flag. But we've gotten 5 cities in the Call of Duty League, right? They've announced 5 cities, and these are the cities in which they already have owners who have come into it. So the 5 cities are Atlanta, Dallas, New York, Paris, France, and Toronto, Canada. So we got 3 cities in the U.S. and 2 cities abroad, if you consider Toronto abroad. Technically it is, but we got 4 cities in North America and 1 in France. Now, with this being said, the only one that's actually owned by like a major esports that I can think of, because I don't know the owners of the other ones, is the Dallas one, the Dallas franchise, which doesn't have a name yet, which is owned by Team Envious. Huge name in esports world. John's going to be kind of lost here because he doesn't follow esports. I'm trying to get him into it a little bit more. He will learn. So it's Envy Gaming esports team. They own the Dallas. No, they own the Atlanta franchise. They own the Dallas franchise in Overwatch because they have Dallas Fuel. So they've come out with 5 cities.
All right.
The thing that makes me want to talk about this is none of the major Call of Duty teams, like the big major ones, they've got one in Team Envy. And they've released 5 cities already. And none of the major teams are involved in it. And what I mean by that is Call of Duty is run by 3 organizations.
All right.
Optic Gaming, 100 Thieves, and FaZe Clan. Since I'm saying their full names. Optic is the biggest name in Call of Duty gaming. They just are. Whether you believe it, they're not the best, but they're just the biggest name.
So kind of like the biggest clan.
They're not the biggest clan. They're just they have the biggest following. Like a great example would be like the Patriots. The Patriots have fans everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are, or Barcelona, or Real Madrid. They just have the biggest following. They may not be the best team, but I'm in America, and I'm a Real Madrid supporter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They've just got the biggest following, and that's what Optic is. And then you've got FaZe, which is, in my opinion, their direct competitor. They are rivals, and this goes back to their origination. Optic Gaming started off as, quick scoping. FaZe started off as trick shotting, and they were 2 very different things. And then Optic transitioned out of quick scoping in Call of Duty into esports in Call of Duty, and then they became wildly successful. FaZe came in, they became wildly successful, and then Nadeshot leaves Optic and goes and creates 100 Thieves with the help of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and now they're one of the biggest, they just won CWL London. Major, this is huge news. All of that being said, none of them have invested, or none of them have even been contacted by Activision to be a part of the league.
And do you think that would be a mistake?
I think it's a huge mistake. If you don't have Optic Gaming, 100 Thieves, and FaZe in your Call of Duty league, whoever comes out and makes a Call of Duty league on their own, like ESL or something like that, that league will get more views than your Call of Duty league. Doesn't matter how much money you put into it, people want to watch Optic versus FaZe. dude, the viewership numbers change it. It's the same thing of saying, like, I don't know how to describe this in football, but I'm going to use hockey as an example. If the Arizona Coyotes play the Carolina Hurricanes in the Stanley Cup final, the viewership is almost nothing. Because those are two teams with very, 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 very small fan bases. Better option is Florida Panthers versus the Arizona Coyotes. Like, those are two very small franchises. They're not going to bring viewership. Whereas if the Toronto Maple Leafs play, huge viewer numbers. If the Boston Bruins play, huge viewership numbers. If the New York... Why? They are major franchises. They are staples to this sport, and that's what Optic, FaZe, Optic and FaZe 100% are. They are staples in the Call of Duty community. 100 Thieves is now becoming one. And I think it's only becoming one because they have a lot of money, and two, because it's owned by a former Call of Duty pro in Nadeshot. And so I think not getting them, like, you've got 3 more cities if you're going to go with an 8-city league, right?
But I still think there's enough time to integrate them.
Maybe. Dude, the new Call of Duty is coming out in like 4 or 5 months. October, November is when it comes out.
For all we know, they're already, like, debating, like, terms between their contracts or something like that.
Apparently so you're right, but from what I've been reading, Hex, Nadeshot, and I don't know who owns FaZe, so I'm not going to try to say a name. They have not been contacted by Activision Blizzard yet. But you want to know how much money they paid for those franchises, those cities? $100 million. And I'm talking to, like, okay, that's a lot of money, but you need them more than they need you. You have to go in with a deal, man. You've got to go in saying, hey, they paid $100 million, but we want you in this. What if you guys just pay 45?
It's kind of like trying to make it like a movie without, like, a known name actor.
Yeah, like, sometimes you got to just
Pay
bite the bullet, man.
Exactly.
Bite the bullet.
Kind of like how they did in the Sonic movie. They included Jim Carrey, and because of that, it's going to be bigger than it would have.
Yeah, 100%. You bite the bullet, and you do that. And it doesn't even have to be like, dude, the Dallas Fuel, the Houston Outlaws, they have huge followings because of Optic, man. Houston, especially the Houston Outlaws in the Overwatch League, they have a huge following because of Optic. Not because of they're a good team. I don't know. I don't watch Overwatch like that. But it's because of Optic Gaming. They've done so much in that space that, you get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting. It's really exciting, especially because of what we're starting to see as teasers for what Modern Warfare 4, I was going to lead up to that, for what the next Call of Duty may be, which I believe is Modern Warfare 4. If that's the case, I'm going back on the Call of Duty grind. Like 100%. Try to start a level 1 Sidekicks team and get it going. Like, because I'm excited.
I'm definitely not going to be part of the major players. But,
nope.
You know.
No, but again, it's one of those things which brought me to a topic that's not on here. But I did want to talk about Halo coming out eventually.
They're probably going to include it on the Xbox 2 or whatever they call it. Xbox,
I don't think that's coming
Scarlet.
out yet. I don't think it's coming out yet.
It's like no one has the release date. E3 might announce the release date. It's not confirmed. They might just like release the specs on it.
I think this is just.
It's all pure speculation.
I don't think it's coming out yet. If they're smart, they don't.
But people speculation does say that Microsoft are gonna announce something Xbox related on.
I think it's just an updated Xbox, man. Like, I don't think if you're smart, you don't release a new console. You just keep updating. You just come up with new names. You go with the Xbox. You had the Xbox One X. Go with the Xbox
but
One
we already know
Z.
that Sony has confirmed the specs that's going to be included on the PS5.
But I don't think it's a PlayStation 5.
But they have confirmed it.
Have they said it's PlayStation 5? That's the name of the console?
Probably not the name of the console.
Because what if they just come out with the new console and they just call it the PlayStation?
PlayStation.
And like but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the way to do it, I think. Because you lose a lot of people. I don't think we're in a generation or a day and age where people want to get new consoles. Tried that 10 years ago.
I kind of agree with you. It's like consoles are dying out.
I don't think that's the case. I think consoles are stronger than ever. I feel like console gaming is stronger than ever. But my problem is the economy isn't.
The economy.
Right? So unlucky for us, if they announce a new console, guess what we're doing the week it comes out?
I'm definitely gonna get it.
We're going to find a way, whether it's selling our bodies on the street, whatever it takes, we're going to get those new consoles. Almost day one because we hate ourselves. The consoles are going to be trash. They're not going to have any good games on it, but we're going to do it. Not everyone is as lucky as we are, right? And so you alienate a lot of your viewership. This is not where I expected to go, but I like this topic of conversation. I don't think they should release a new generation, not new console. Release a new console, not a new generation.
The next generation of consoles.
Yes. Don't launch the Xbox 720 and the PlayStation 5. You're ridiculous. I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
My thing is, I think they should keep doing what they did. They released the Xbox One, the Xbox One S, the Xbox One X. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's
but
upgraded. So if you take out the Xbox One, right? Because that's what we have. It's an Xbox One. It's an Xbox One. If you take out that one moniker and just go Xbox, dude, just call it the Xbox. Not have it be a new generation. It's just the new Xbox.
Yeah,
That's
but
all it is.
It's kind of like what they already did with the Xbox One.
But keep it going. Why does it have to stop? Do that because then you release your games and you say, hey, you've got an Xbox One. Awesome. You can still use your Xbox One. Understand that you're going to have incredibly long load times, and you're also going to have a really, really downsized version of your game. If you want to play this in full glory, HDR, 4K, get the Xbox. You can keep playing on your Xbox One. You don't have to spend another $400, $300, $500, whatever the price tag is. You don't have to spend more money to go get a new console, but it's here if you want it. If you do that, you're going to get diehard gaming fans like me and you. We're going to go get that new Xbox. Same thing with PlayStation. Don't release a PlayStation 5. 5 is a ridiculous number. If you get to 5 anything, call it something else.
I agree completely. I feel like they should just change the name.
PlayStation.
No. I feel like they should just say something like different, completely rebrand it.
Call it the PlayStation. Don't rebrand. You don't want to rebrand. That's horrible.
Call
it the PlayStation.
Probably, yeah.
Because you've got, it's like you can't go to the Genesis again.
Yeah, but then what will be after the PlayStation? The PlayStation 2?
No, then you start going to letters. I don't know what you can go to Xbox. Xbox has it brilliant. You just go to the Xbox. Then you can go to Xbox X.
So we have Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One.
So who cares?
I feel like they're jumping around everywhere.
Who cares?
There are people that care like
Who?
me.
Why?
I care. I kind of find it annoying.
But why? What's the point? You don't have a 360
I feel
anymore.
like the PlayStation did it just a smooth transaction. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. This is the third iteration of the PlayStation.
Who cares if it's the third iteration of the PlayStation? It's another one of those things. It doesn't matter what iteration you're on. It honestly doesn't. It doesn't, if it's the fourth generation or the fifth generation, calling it the PS4 or the PlayStation doesn't matter. It's a PlayStation. I don't think you should ever, they should have never done the numbers. PlayStation should have just stayed PlayStation the whole time. And Xbox should have stayed Xbox.
Yeah, but how would
you
differentiate
the new
games?
Xbox? And then eventually you phase out the old Xbox.
It's like,
hey, I want an Xbox.
Oh, did he get
the old one?
Did he get the new Xbox?
Yes,
which one?
yes, I did.
Which one? Do you mean the newer version of the Xbox current, or the newer version that?
No, what do you mean?
Had the next generation. So are you talking about the third generation of Xbox?
Because then that's not the new Xbox anymore.
Yeah, because what Xbox does is they release the X, the S. Then you're talking about there's so much difference. And it's all up to interpretation. You just leave it the Xbox.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, there is.
Dude, if you go to a store right now, you can only buy 2 versions of the Xbox. If you go to any store, do you know what those 2 versions are? The Xbox One S and the Xbox One X. You know what you call those? The new Xbox and the old Xbox. They don't sell the fat Xbox Ones that we have. They don't sell the Xbox 360 anymore. They don't sell the original Xbox anymore.
I kind of don't dislike how we still have the old version. It's oh my god.
I do too. Trust me. It's one of the first things I want to replace.
Every time.
I just started my new job today. I'm very excited. But again, one of the things that I plan on doing.
I feel so irked.
That it's so big and fat and there's a small, better version out there. I know.
No. I feel so irked that there's a possibility that it might drop. And as soon as I buy a newer updated version of Xbox X.
That's why I won't do it till E3.
When I buy that new version of the Xbox X, next year, in 3 months, the new Xbox is coming out.
The new Xbox.
I just wasted my money there.
I think, look, I'm all for the stop naming things with numbers. I'm all for it. 100%. Stop giving things numbers. New PlayStation, old PlayStation. That's how you do it. Just call everything the PlayStation. Call
It will
everything
never
the Xbox.
happen, but it's a nice
Dude,
idea.
it's no, it's not a nice sentiment. This is a stupid idea because I'm lazy and I don't want to remember numbers and I don't want to I don't want to say PS4. I want to say PlayStation.
And did you hear that Xbox is kind of like gonna phase out CD completely? It's
I don't
gonna
think
be
they do it.
completely digital.
I don't think they do it. They've been saying that since the Xbox
I
One.
do not like if they do that. I do not like it at all.
You know why they won't ever do it, right? Because of
PS2?
sharing. Game sharing.
Game
CD
sharing.
sharing. They'll
Yes.
never do it. It'll never happen. Because people like me and you, we share CDs still.
Yes.
Dude, like your setup is right there, and then my setup is right here. So if
They're
I'm
literally
playing,
next to each other. You can't see
if
him
I'm
pointing.
if I'm playing Ghost Recon here, and I'm done, and you say, hey, I want to play Ghost Recon now, all I do is pop up my disc and hand it to you right next to me. Eventually, we're going to get to a point where obviously we're going to buy every game twice, and hopefully as the team grows, we'll buy it multiple times
Yes.
and whatever. But they'll never get rid of CDs, which I'm upset with you because I'm about to have to steal your Xbox to play Kingdom Hearts 3 because you got it digitally like a nerd.
All you have to do is sign into my account, and you're good.
Can't do it anymore. I already have that done. I already have that with somebody else.
No, all you have to do is sign into my account. You
I
don't need to make it
know,
your
but
primary.
That's effort, and you're not wrong. But what I wanted to get to outside of this loop was with Halo 5. Is that a game you're going to grind to try to actually be good at competitively?
Halo
Not to play professionally,
from Halo
but to get competitively.
from Halo 1, 2, and 3 to the current 5. I've grinded so hard because that's a game that me and my brother grew up playing. Like we will go hours and hours just trying to like build our skills, but we can never actually get there. We do develop like actual like competitive skills where we like could be like certain like
Call outs.
exactly. We could make call outs. We could make great like moves, but our aims are trash. So I'm kind of thinking like next Halo, I might actually be cheating and go mouse and keyboard on it.
I'm not going to let you do that. But is that a game? The reason I'm asking is because
Yes,
with this
it
new Call
is.
of Duty, I'm thinking about getting back into that grind for it, right?
I
Because
was never
it's
much of a Call of Duty.
I
kind of
understand,
guy,
but
yeah.
I'm talking about for me, right? I played Call of Duty competitively for a long time. With Modern Warfare 4, I might get back into it if it's Modern Warfare 4. I still haven't played the new Call of Duty. Now that I have my new job and finally getting money coming in, I'm going to renew my Xbox Live, going to renew my PlayStation Plus, going to go out and get Call of Duty and try it out, play it. I might enjoy it, right? But dude, Modern Warfare 4 is what it's predicted to be. I'm excited. I'm going to go play the crap out of that game. And I might grind it. And so my question is that something that you're going to do with Halo 5?
Yeah,
You're going to
of
grind
course.
to get better at it?
I'm gonna. The first thing I'm gonna do is if I do every Halo, I'm gonna jump on it,
Play
go
the-
on legendary mode, the hardest
You're
difficulty,
so stupid.
solo, and just completely like
You're
do an entire thing solo. Because I love playing games on the highest difficulty solo and see how well I do in it.
Dude, you're so dumb. I'm the same way with Call of Duty. If it has a campaign, the first thing I do is I hop into the campaign. I actually enjoy the crap out of the Call of Duty campaigns. I've played every single one. I'm trying to learn how to speedrun Modern Warfare 2 on PC. It is very difficult. I think I'm going to quit and just play the campaign for fun. But why legendary?
I feel like you get more out of the game because you're like struggling more, dying a lot more, getting frustrated, rage quitting a lot more.
No. I have the exact opposite. I want to go through the story the way the story is intended. You're this bad-ass superhero who's doesn't give a crap about
So you do the complete
anybody.
opposite of me, where you go easy, where you feel like
No,
super overpowered.
I don't go easy. I go. Well, depends on the game. I go whatever the
Beginner.
regular. No, I don't go beginner, novice, whatever the. Most games have 4 tiers, right?
Yeah, 4 tiers. Yeah.
I go with one of the middle 2, depending on. So, like in Call of Duty,
Depending
I
on
go
how
hardened.
used you are.
Yeah, in Call of Duty, I go hardened.
If it's a newer game, you go a little bit lower.
No.
Like
Call of Duty,
normal.
no matter what. Like any Call of Duty that
No,
comes
I'm
out,
talking
I'll
about
go
like if
hardened.
it's a new game that you never played before.
Yeah, but Halo, I'll go regular.
Yeah.
I'll go the 2nd tier, not the 3rd tier. But for most first-person shooters, I'm somewhere in that 2nd, 3rd tier because I don't want to pop a corner and get auto-aimed, like auto-aim headshot by a grunt with a sniper. Like that's just no fun for me.
I just feel like, it keeps you more like on your toes.
I just want to get
I
through
love
the story.
it.
I just want to get
But
through the
I
story.
hated Halo 5 because they have this The
Oh,
warden.
the warden.
The
I
warden.
remember you grinding that
It
for
was
hours.
ridiculous. I spent like hours on when they just like showed him like his first appearance. I spent hours grinding that first warden, and there's another level where there's like 5 wardens. Like, are you kidding me? I got like so annoyed. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna say in my tank and snipe them from across the map, which I actually did.
Took hours.
It took me hours to take them down with a tank across the map, but I did it.
Dude, I remember that happening. I played, like, I ranked up like 9 times in Halo when that happened. Like, there was so much that happened there. Honestly, that was super duper funny. But yeah, Call of Duty, I'm really excited for the Pro League and what it's going to do. I hope Florida gets a team. I'd love if Florida got a team. I'd actually support them. But I just want to see what comes out, like what these teams are. I might support the Toronto team because I'm a huge Maple Leafs fan.
And I kind of like their name.
Well, we don't have a name for any of those teams yet.
Dude, I thought it's
No, I gave you Overwatch
Outlaws.
names. No, that's the Houston Outlaws for
Houston?
Overwatch.
Oh, Overwatch.
We don't have team names yet for what am I saying? For Call of Duty.
Call
we
of
don't
Duty,
have team
yeah.
names yet. All we have is city locations. So I know that you put this on there. I think it's interesting. So I think we should talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like
let you to go
since
on
we
it.
were talking about the development of consoles, we're seeing a lot of console gaming coming. I mean mobile gamings, and I thought it was kind of interesting, like including with the new technologies of the LTE. No, wait, what's it? LTE 5?
Yes, LTE 5. No,
It's
Yeah.
it's something else.
5G.
5G. There we go. 5G. With the 5G coming out, it's gonna completely like change how like gaming is viewed, and including when what's the company that does Apex Legend?
Respawn. There it is.
Respawn. Including when Respawn like announced they're deciding to branch out to different.
So their
outlets.
exact quote is, EA is targeting new markets during the quarterly. EA hinted at targeting new markets during the quarterly earnings call. So I thought I had a quote. I didn't. But the quote was something along like, we're expanding into looking at new markets and new platforms to release our games on.
Exactly, and I thought that was interesting. It's like if Apex Legends comes to mobile, that'll like actually like be pretty crazy.
See, you took it in the mobile way. I took it somewhere else. When they
You're
said
thinking
taking
about
it
like Steam or something like
no,
that.
no, 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 no. I'm not talking about that. They'll never go to Steam. They've got Origin.
All
EA won't ever let that happen.
All right.
What I'm thinking is, remember, new markets.
Marcus.
During-
so you're thinking about
I'm
different countries
thinking-
and stuff like that.
I'm thinking they finally go to South Korea and China. I think those are two
Those are the
massive
huge,
markets that they're missing out on.
exactly.
And I think there's more people in South Korea and China than there are in mobile, personally.
Yes, I agree
So,
completely.
because they've got 50 million global users
But who
across
should
all
say
three
they
platforms.
don't do both? They might do your step first,
Absolutely.
which is easier to like phase into.
Eh,
Yeah,
you got
like
a lot of laws and stuff that you got to get through to get to Korea and China.
what kind of laws?
Dude, there's so many censorship, excuse me, laws. Like the government, like for you to get into China, I'm pretty sure the government has to approve.
Then that's
The
probably
game-
why it's still not there.
Like GTA took, I don't think GTA is in China yet. 5. It might be. I remember reading when the game came out that GTA 5 didn't come out in China. Just because of like censorship laws. They had to change a bunch of stuff in it.
yeah, but those are huge markets to target.
They're massive markets. And if they can get in Korea and if they can get in China, those are huge gaming markets, man.
And like we were talking about this the other day. We thought Apex Legend was kind of stale as a PC game, but as a mobile game, I could actually see it like going pretty far.
PUBG Mobile is super successful, man. And so is Fortnite Mobile. Like those things, dude.
Yeah,
A
because you
kid
could just
came
like
into
play
my
it
job
anywhere.
today. A kid came into my job today with his dad trying to get his car reupholstered, and that kid was playing Fortnite on his iPad. Like it's super. Like
But what confused me is like how are the controllers gonna work? Because like I know there are like joypads for the
you don't
mobile
play, you play
phone
with
where
your
you
fingers, bro. You just play with your fingers. You poke a bunch of stuff. It works. What I would recommend for real: download the PUBG. It's free to play.
Yeah.
Download PUBG. You'll play one game and you'll see. Oh, like this is hard, but it's possible.
it's pretty you
it
know,
makes sense.
including if they like just make it where like you battle mobile players, so you like you won't
No,
get
yeah,
like
it's only mobile.
you won't get wrecked by the PC players completely like trashing you.
Yeah,
because
that'll
you can't like
never
control it.
happen. That'll never happen. You're crazy if you think that that's gonna be the way that it happens. I think it's a really interesting thing to think about. because I think that's a great shout out because we both read that and heard that and thought different things. You heard new markets and thought, oh, dang, mobile. I heard new markets and thought, oh, South Korea, China.
It is crazy, like where the mind wanders.
Yeah, I think you're right. Respawn, EA, do both. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, do both, right?
Yeah, you got lots of money. Speaking of which, you know what we should go do? Since we're on the EA topic, you know what we should really go do?
Well,
We should go visit the EA offices here in Maitland. Like, we can take a tour.
we should actually book like a date.
Like, for real. Like,
That actually
go.
sounds pretty exciting.
I understand that you're not going to care about that EA office because this EA office is the only... They literally, all they make is Madden. But it's
Oh.
still an EA office.
Yeah, it'll still be nice to see how they do their work.
Dude, I'm going to reach out to them. See if we can do, like, an interview and, like, go there.
Sure.
You
why
down?
not? Yeah, I'm
Let's freaking
I'm
do
definitely
this.
down.
Let's do this. We're gonna try to get this going, guys. If not, we're just gonna sneak in and film things with our phones.
And there were a few episodes ago, we were actually like talking about like how gaming has been kind of lackluster.
Yeah, dude, they came out with so much so quickly, so recently.
Exactly. Now, I know this is something you're excited about.
Oh, I'm so excited about it.
Recently,
Yes, lead me into
I'll let you say it, but I'll lead into it. Recently, there was a news drop. We watched the trailer. We're like, yes, we have to play this. Tigo, go ahead.
it. Tom Clancy's Breakpoint. Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to say this right
It
now
looks like
so that
amazing.
everybody knows we're going to find 2 more people. We're going to play that. It's going to be on the Level 1 Sidekicks channel.
Oh no, I'm definitely gonna get.
Expected. The only thing that I need to find out is find 2 more players. I have
Oh, we
one
already
guy
got
in
one. We
mind.
got Alan.
We'll see, because this is going to be dedication. You're going to have to play. We're going to play the whole game. I've already got one in mind. He's an old guy I used to do a podcast with way back in the day. I'm going to see if
Yeah, but the
he's down.
thing is like getting like the certain times, but we'll talk about that later.
Dude, we're going to figure it out.
We're gonna fucking. yeah.
I'm so excited for this game. So, let's lead off with this. You're going to play because I'm going to give you the CD. I don't have the CD. You're going to play because I'm going to log in on your Xbox Ghost Recon Wildlands. It is so good. So good to the point that when they announced Breakpoint, I'm playing it through again. All from the beginning. I love Wildlands. And Breakpoint looks like an even better Wildlands. Looks incredible. I'm so excited. I am so excited. And so, with that being said, man, Ghost Recon, come get him. No, you're fine. Ghost Recon Wildlands, Breakpoint looks so good because for someone like you who does not know about the Breakpoint, like the Ghost Recon universe, in Ghost
Tom
Recon,
Clancy, yes.
you know Tom Clancy games,
Yes.
but not the Ghost Recon universe. In Ghost Recon, those are the elite of the elite.
They're ghosts, essentially what they
Yes.
say in the trailer.
They are ghosts, so they
They
come
kill
in.
the enemies before they actually know they're there.
They have always been the hunters.
They're the modern day assassins. Like,
They have always been the hunters. In Wildlands, you're the hunter. You go around that game feeling like nothing can touch you. And I'm playing on a hard difficulty. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty in that game, and I still go through with like, these cocaleros have no idea what's coming at them. These 4 gringos, freaking Yankees, are coming at them, and it's great because you're this. But in this game, they finally pitch it as, no, you're getting hunted. You are no longer the hunter, but
you're
the prey.
huntee. Yeah, prey.
No.
Oh my god.
Huntee's not a word. You are the prey.
Yeah, I know, right?
Honestly, I'm super excited for this game. It like I love this game because it's a true to heart, like it's a single player, multiplayer, like campaign game. They're gonna have multiplayer where you can play 4v4, squad on squad. But like, dude, this game is gonna be so freaking good. I'm super excited. We're gonna have a whole island with all 4 seasons. You understand that, right? We're gonna have. No, I'm talking about key 4 seasons. But we're gonna have like mountains with snow. We're gonna have a volcano. We're gonna have a desert. We're gonna have a rainforest.
So it's gonna be are we gonna get on the PC?
Yeah, I think we're gonna. What's gonna end up happening is we're gonna need to figure out with everybody Once we figure out who this team of 4 is, again, I've got to talk to my one guy. We can talk to Alan, see. Once we figure it out, we're going to see
Yeah,
what
because Alan could
platform.
definitely do a PC.
Doesn't he have an Xbox?
Yeah, he also could do Xbox.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
It's
if
the guy
it
that I'm
was a
taking about.
PlayStation, I'm going to probably have to buy a PlayStation just to play that game. Which
But
I
again,
am willing
you're going
to
to buy a PlayStation anyway. It's
Which I
not
am
that
willing to
hard.
do.
But again, what's going to end up... I think we play it PC, personally.
Yeah.
Probably.
Best experience PC. Because
Yeah.
of the graphics. It's not limited
Yeah,
by the
graphics.
console.
But not just that, then we don't need to try to invest on 4 Elgatos to get everyone to, like...
Yeah.
To be able to record it. It's a lot harder if it's on console. That's not the point. We can have that conversation in private. But 100% we're playing that game and putting it on the channel. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Because it's like a truly multiplayer game. A game that we can all love. We all love shooter games.
Yes. First person
All of
shooter.
us. It's a third person. It's third person.
Third person.
We all love shooter games. And so we don't have to worry about any of that extra, like, bull crap or anything, you know what I'm saying? So, oh man, Ghost Recon, Breakpoint. Let us know in the comments what you guys think about it. I think we're good, dude.
Yeah, I think we covered it a pretty long time.
Dude, hour and 30 minutes-ish, give or take. We've got like 1 or 2 cuts in here because of some stuff. Hey guys, my name is Tigo.
My name's Sean.
And we're out.
Hello, this is John from Level 1 Sidekicks speaking. Thanks for listening to our podcast. If you enjoy what you just listened to, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, chat with us on Discord, and if you really do want to support our growth, subscribe to Patreon. Thank you and have a great day.